Good evening, and happy almost full moon. What will this be? Oh, the full moon in Sagittarius. By the way, I have an old video that I posted, or I filmed on the full moon eclipse in Scorpio that I think I'm going to post in the next couple days that I never posted, so it's a bit of a throwback. So stay tuned for that. Woo, it has been a ringer of a day, folks. Ringer of a day. I don't know if it's been like that for you. By the way, I'm filming this right now on Sunday evening. So I don't know when I'll post this, but this is being filmed on Sunday evening, June 12th. And it's funny. So now I'm starting to go through and post things that I've written over the past year on my blog, which again, I link to down below. And I just had the realization today that the things that I'm posting are going to be what I need to hear right now. Speaking of posting, isn't that funny? Posted. So I will link to my latest article, which was something I wrote in January of 2021, right before I decided to leave Cody, Wyoming and buy my van, Tortigra, and that came as a result of a lot of processing with my cousin and my uncle, my cousin Kat, who's my best friend in the world and lives in Tennessee. And so I went back and found this piece that I wrote after watching the movie Hamilton, which if you haven't seen, go watch immediately. And I'm jealous of anyone who's seen the actual Broadway play. I would love to see it on Broadway. And the Disney movie is just a filming of the Broadway play. It's so inspirational, you guys. And so my blog post is about what I took away from the movie. And I remember going down into the basement of my aunt and uncle's house in this sort of like inspirational stupor after watching that movie and frantically writing all of this that was sort of about, basically the point was like, not only are you allowed to fuck up in terms of results, like say you had all the best intentions and you did your best all along the way and you know your heart was pure the whole way, and then you fail, that's one thing. But what about the times when actually you were not really completely pure or honest in your intention, when you lied either to yourself or others or both, when you were projecting fear and hatred in unfair ways, etc., and you failed because honestly, like your inside intentions weren't pure and the consequences came out real fucked up. What about then? And one of my main takeaways from Hamilton was you are still worthy. You're not only still worthy of living, you're still worthy of leading. You're still worthy of loving. You're still worthy of getting your ideas out there and helping to found a country and economic system and constitution and, do big things, even when you fucked up in major ways. Because honestly, a big part of the story of Hamilton and Alexander Hamilton is that he does fuck up in major ways, like major ways. And he actually writes articles about it, telling everyone what he did and like coming clean. And I won't give away the whole movie, but shit gets fucked up. And if Hamilton had decided that he was a failure, instead of noting that he had made failures and then going forward, if he had decided, oh, he was a failure for these like actually pretty bad things that he did, to be honest. I mean, bad is relative, but like he hurt people. He hurt a lot of people, and there were a lot of terrible, devastating consequences from some of his choices that he made. And yet he keeps going. He chooses to keep picking himself up after those failures rather than deciding that he is a failure and that he no longer ought to contribute, live, let alone contribute to the world. He keeps contributing. He keeps leading. He keeps making a difference after taking accountability for these really poor decisions that he makes. And I talk about in my article too, this is sort of the distinction between, Brene Brown makes this distinction between guilt, which is I made a mistake, and shame, which is I am a mistake. And with guilt, when you say I made a mistake, you're like, okay, not only can I go do better, I actually have a responsibility to go out and do better now because I contributed more to the hurt of the world by making this mistake. So I'm going to get out there and get after it again, trying to help heal. Versus with shame, I am a mistake. It's like, well, I might as well not live or be around, and I certainly better not do anything, give anything else to the world because I am a mistake. So anything I do will be contributing to the bad of the world. So guilt is very productive and helpful, and I think true. Like, yes, we can say I made a mistake and pretty objectively identify that in the context of our lives. To say that I am a mistake, how can that be true if I'm here breathing, right? If I'm here, I must still have something to give. That's kind of the conclusion I come to in my blog. Again, I hope you read it. I'll link to it down below. But so I just, edited this and posted this, and it's something that I wrote back in January 2021. And then I have literally had a incident in my life come to light today where I majorly fucked up. Did not directly express and reach out to communicate the truth to all parties involved in a situation where that was the right thing to do. And instead chose what was, well, in a way I was taking time, but procrastinating in a way that was still not fair to others, but still chose what was easier for me and felt better to me in this situation at the time. Although, did it really? Because there was a lot of weight and I knew I was doing the wrong thing. And did not reach out to this person before they then found out about it and bravely and authentically and courageously contacted me first. And that honestly did lead to some very, very, very difficult and good and powerful in the way of just being real conversations. But I fucked up, you guys, hugely, in a place where the stakes are high. And I just wanted to tell you this. Like, I just wanted to tell you that I make these videos and I am out here trying to be transparent, be authentic, have integrity, tell the truth, not hide anything. And yet in the places where it's the hardest and the stakes are the highest and my heart is the most attached or really wants something to hang on to, if you will. And I can, say it's because of all kinds of other reasons of protecting other people and like things like that. And those are factors too. But I make mistakes. I make huge mistakes. And especially with the things that I'm out here practicing. I just want to share that. And I want to share that I feel like it's so cool that as I publish these things that are old writings from my blog, I have no doubt that synchronistically things are going to be happening in the present in my life that are like, whoa. Because honestly, if I hadn't read my own writing that I wrote like a year and a half ago about, hey, the test is, can you take accountability and listen to what you did wrong and stand in all of the fucking being called out for your mistakes and realize you made mistakes without for even a second thinking that you are a mistake. And I have to admit how beautiful that my own writing that I wrote a year and a half ago helped me get through something that came to a head today. So, yeah, pretty crazy. And I just want to remind you, there's no way you're a mistake, no matter what anyone's ever told you, because otherwise you wouldn't be here. And you're here, aren't you? You're breathing, aren't you? I guess we've been given another chance to make amends. And I guess the world still needs to hear your ideas. And I guess that there are people that still need to be touched by your love, starting with you. And I guess that no matter how bad we fucked up, all we can do is take accountability, be honest, listen, to others tell us how we failed, and know all along that we are not a failure. We may fail, but we are not failures. We may make mistakes, but we are not mistakes. I promise you that, my friends. Anyway, if you haven't read it, I hope you read my blog because I want to hear what you think. And honestly, I hope you do because it actually helped me. So I hope it helps you too. And I'm in a good place right now, but it's been a fucking hard day. And it's been all the feels. And without that article from my past self, I might have spiraled to a much, much, much lower place. But all I can do is learn from this and know that if I had made a different choice to be in integrity and be more transparent and authentic and communicative with all parties, all involved, all who are at stake from the beginning, that this would have turned out very differently. And it might have been harder at the beginning, but in the end, it would have been better. And I think that's so often true, right? If we take the easy choice at the beginning, we're going to have to deal with the hard shit super expounded later. Whereas if we make the hard choice at the beginning, it gets easier after that, even if it's more delayed gratification. So I'm out here making mistakes. But hey, y'all, I'm not a mistake. And can I love myself even in my most fucking terrible, selfish, fuck up, made the wrong choice moments? I'm getting there. And I hope you are too. All right. I love you. I will talk to you soon. And powder to the people.